Right, hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry I've not been uploading for a while. I've been doing some other work on my main YouTube channel, I guess you'd call it, but also I've sort of kept a bit of a secret from you and on the other channel as well, but I'm only going to let you guys know about this. I've been running a podcast with a couple of friends of mine for the last year and a half, 2 years, since the start of like lockdowns and all that sort of thing. On Monday, I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to interview a lady who is currently in Ukraine. She's from Kiev. Her name's Tanya Shelepko. The whole thing was facilitated by a friend of mine. And I actually thought this might be a good time to tell you about the podcast and say, could you please go and listen to it? And could you actually share it with as many people as possible? What's happening in Ukraine at the moment is a humanitarian crisis, and long-time subscribers of this channel will know that I visited Ukraine a couple of years ago, and I know how beautiful and peaceful and gorgeous and lovely and amazing the country of Ukraine, and in particular the city of Kiev is. So the interview with Tanya was done on Monday, and we put it up on the podcast we put it on the podcast this morning, and I've left a link to the podcast for the iTunes, the Spotify, and also our website as well below, so you can go and watch, so you can go and listen to that. I just don't know why I think that this is the time for me to share it, because of what's going on in Ukraine at the moment, and it's really quite upsetting actually. I've seen a lot of horrible things happen over the years, and I'm sure we all have. I remember watching the awful things going on in Grozny, and obviously earlier on than that, Bosnia and Sarajevo and places like that. But this is the first time I've ever been to a city that I thought, I cannot wait to go back to that place, and I had such a great time there. And it was only 24, 30 months ago, and that now I'm watching it being destroyed. I haven't got massive opinions when it comes to whether this war is right or wrong. All I have an opinion on is killing innocent people, seeing children crying with their parents, children lost, people killed, children killed, is something that I just can't understand. I don't understand it. So I was worried that in the UK we weren't getting a really accurate picture of what was going on the ground. There didn't seem to be a lot of journalists from major news outlets on the ground, and if I'm honest with you, over the last couple of years I've kind of lost my faith in them to tell us things that are actually true or unbiased. So my friend said, look, I know someone who lives in Ukraine, in Kiev. Do you want to speak to her on the podcast? And he very kindly facilitated it. I spoke to Tanya over the last week or two on WhatsApp, and we organised to do the interview. And the reason I wanted to do it was that Tanya was willing to talk. She was on the ground in Ukraine. It became obvious really quickly as well that not only did she want to talk, but she's a very, very good, eloquent speaker. And I just wanted to get her voice out there. So this is me telling you now about a podcast that I've run for a few years with this episode. I've run it for 2 years, this podcast, and this episode is the one I want to tell you about. So hopefully that will show you how much this episode means to me. So if you can go and listen to it, that would be great. And do all the other things that people do when they listen to a podcast that they like or they find important and they would like to share. So share with your friends and family, and also leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. I will be talking to Tanya again, hopefully in the future, fingers crossed. If you could click the links below, guys, listen to the podcast. Some of you may agree with earlier episodes, some of you may not. The earlier episodes are quite contentious, and that's kind of why I didn't really share it with a lot of people. So yeah, I hope you enjoy them, guys, and keep up with the news and subscribe to the podcast as well. See you soon. There will be a video coming up on this channel very soon. So thanks for watching this short episode. I thought I'd just do it as a heads up for you guys. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.